Happy holidays.
Same to you.
Just want to ask you, first of all, if you just kind of analyze the Saints and what you see as the biggest challenge. And then the second thing is the coach was just singing your praises, especially about that interception last weekend. Talk a little bit about just your mentality on the field and how you always seem to be at the right place at the right time. Is that all because of film study? Those
Well,
two things.
yeah. Well, to answer the first part, I think the Saints are a well-coached football team. They got talent really all over the place. Between Michael Thomas and Kamara, Jared Cook can still get it done. Traquan Smith, and then Taysom Hill. I think he just brings that extra factor, to the offense, and he's a tough, hard-nosed quarterback. I don't think I can really compare anybody to him. I think he's like in a bracket of his own. I think he embraces contact. So we'll have to do a great job on all three levels, if we really want to play a decent football game on defense. As far as me, look, I just love to be out there. So, plays break down. I just try my best to get involved, one way or another. And I think, that interception last week, obviously I'm man-to-man on the tight end, and he blocks, and my natural instinct is to go help one of my buddies. And so the football just kind of popped in the air, and, we always want to catch those.
Let's go next to Adam Teicher. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Tyrann. 4 interceptions in the last 3 games for you. Is it just a matter of you're taking advantage of your opportunities, or is there something more there that maybe you're kind of putting yourself in those situations a little more? And Brad, I'll have a quick follow-up as well.
Well, I think, opportunities present themselves, and I just try to capitalize on it. I think, part of it is, effort and, trying to get to the football. And then I think, the extra part is, some of my teammates, playing good defense and popping those balls in the air. And, I think my antennas are always up. And so for me, it's all about, reacting, to what's going on around me.
All right. And you ever had a pick against Drew Brees, and you always remember him when you get one against a Hall of Famer like you did a couple weeks ago against Brady?
Oh, we actually take you way, way, way back. My rookie year, my first interception was off Drew Brees. Actually, it was in the Superdome. So, but we lost the game. So I don't really remember it too fondly. But yeah, my first interception was off Drew Brees.
Let's go next to Herbie Teope. Go ahead, Herbie.
Hey, Tyrann.
Hey.
Demario Davis was saying yesterday that he's watched you, and he feels like he said something along the lines of high energy players watch other high energy players. What does that mean to you when you hear that? And do you watch other high energy players?
Well, that's a great compliment. Yeah, I do. I watch a ton of guys. Obviously the linebacker position, I kind of play there here and there. But for the most part, I usually focus on safeties. Demario Davis is such a great player, even beyond the football field. I think one of the things I really respect about him is his impact in the community and all the things he's done, and even him kind of embracing those New Orleans kids and trying to help the New Orleans people. And for a guy that's from New Orleans, so much respect for people like that aren't from New Orleans, but yet they're trying their best to kind of help those kids down there. But he's a great player, great talent. And most definitely a high energy guy.
Yep. Let's go next to Vahe Gregorian. Go ahead, Vahe.
Hey, Tyrann. Just to ask you a little more about that New Orleans game, your rookie year. Do you remember the emotions of playing there? And that was the last time you've been there. What do you anticipate feeling when you get there Sunday? Will it really feel like just another game to you?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm in year 8 now. It'll just be another game for me. I think, going back to my rookie year, I was starting, but I wasn't the starting safety. But our starting safety got hurt, so I had to kind of play every down. So my emotions were high, being a young guy. Like I said, we lost that football game. So in my mind, I didn't make enough plays. And so this time around, hopefully I can, make enough plays to kind of help my team win.
And just also related to some other things you've been speaking about, I know last year you were talking about how you kept dropping interceptions, which your standard was pretty high, but it seems you've caught them, and you were joking the other day about you're just looking them in more. But what does it take for you to be around the ball, really? I mean, it's not just instinct. You have to be studying, you have to be anticipating.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot that goes into it as far as the preparation, IDing formations, IDing, key players in certain, positions. And then the next part, I think, so much of defense is us reacting to them. I think anytime, you see a clear picture, you just try to put yourself in the best position, possible to have an impact on the play.
We'll last two, Pete Sweeney and then Steve. Go ahead, Pete.
Hey, Tyrann, what can you say about what L'Jarius and his return and playing that nickel position has meant to some of your success over the past few weeks and really just his season as a whole?
Yeah, well, I think for one, it's kind of helped, me free up a little bit. I'm able to play with more eyes, more instincts, whereas before, early in the season, I was kind of more so like the third cornerback on the team where, a lot of the situations I was in was man-to-man coverage. And so I think, obviously the L'Jarius has, a great skill set, especially for the nickel position, him being long, fast, him being able to tackle. I think all those things serve us well. And then, obviously Coach Spags, Coach Merritt, those guys are able to kind of move me in a position where, I can kind of help everybody in a sense.
We'll go last to Steve. Go ahead, Steve.
Hey, Ty.
Hey.
I got two for you real quickly. Drew Brees could come back, but Taysom Hill is also there. Two different types of quarterbacks. Coach Spags has said you guys may have to adjust mid-game or in-game, depending on who it is. But how are you preparing for one or the other?
Well, I think right now the focus is, Taysom Hill. I think, we all know what Drew Brees can do. We all know the kind of quarterback he is, a rhythm passer, a guy that wants to get the ball, in his playmakers' hands. Whereas I think Taysom, he adds that other factor into it. And obviously he can tuck the ball and run it. I think anytime you're preparing for a Hall of Fame quarterback, it's always difficult. But I think we embrace that competition. So I think if Drew Brees comes out, I think we'll be ready. Our antennas will be up. But as long as Taysom is in there, we understand, it's going to be a physical, hard-nosed kind of football game.
And lastly, on Taysom, he's showing he puts it on the ground. He puts the ball on the ground. I mean, how much are you guys targeting some of the things he does, whether from up front, like his throwing points when he tries to scramble, from when he runs it, and that thing pops out on contact?
Yeah, Coach Spags, we kind of made that a point of emphasis today. I don't know if I'm saying this correctly, but I think the Saints are pretty high, as far as, lost fumbles this season. So, we understand that everybody got to, get a hat to the football. And I think a big part of creating turnovers is not just interceptions. We got to be able to punch the ball out. And so I think that's definitely one of our mindsets going into this weekend.
Tyrann, we appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.